Good morning, Year 4. This is Wednesday, the 27th of January. We're here to do some maths together. I hope you're all ready and rearing, which is possibly more than what I can say for some members of my household today. And I will apologise now if you hear the odd snore. Look who's joined me for class today. Can you see him down there? So that's my dog, and unfortunately I can't get him enthusiastic about maths quite like hopefully I can get you guys enthusiastic about maths. So if you do hear the odd snore, I do apologise. You're not allowed to snore though, I must add, and I want you to have more energy, and maybe your energy will just ooze out of your computer screen and send it to my dog. Anyway, let's go on with our maths today. All that you'll need today for your maths is going to be a piece of paper, a pencil, your enthusiasm, of course, and you might like some counters for you to help you make your calculations to make them really clear and so you can understand them really well. So I'm going to start as usual. We're going to be looking at our mixed arithmetic. So I have put together today a couple of calculations which you probably want to do a written method, and a couple that you probably want to try mentally first of all. So have a look carefully at them before you dive in. Remember, look at what the values of the numbers are and what do they mean. And we will pause the video and you have a go, and then we'll work them out together. So off you go, pause. Okay, guys, I'm hoping you've had a really good time at trying to solve those calculations. We will now go through those together. So I've just changed my camera. Here we go. Okay, so the first one that we had to solve was 473. And we needed to add to that something. This is our mystery number, and that was going to total 1,382. So if I am going to really make sure I understand this, and just for I'm just going to jot it down. Remember, bar model is not going to solve it. It's just going to make sure that I've got really good understanding. So I'm going to do 1,382 up here, because this is what my total. And my total is made up of two parts. One part is 473, and the other part is my mystery. I don't know what that one is going to equal yet. So to solve that, I need to have this, and this is going to equal that. Well, I'm hoping you had a go that even though it's an addition, you did it as a subtraction. So you got 1,382, and I'd like you to subtract 473. Because what it's saying is if I work out this number, both those will equal that. So 2 subtract 3. Straight away, this is why I needed a written method, because I'm needing to do an exchange. So I'm going to do an exchange from my 80. I'm going to put that as 70 and put my 10 over here. So now I've got 12 subtract 3, and that equals 9. I'm then going on 70, subtract 70. I can do that, but I haven't got any left, so that's 0. I'm then going on here, so I've got 300, and I need to subtract 400. Well, I can't do that, so I'm going to need to do another exchange. So from my 1,000, I'm going to put that over there. So I've got 1,300, subtract 400 is my 900. So my mystery number is 909. Okay, and I could do a check. I could actually put that in there. Now add 473, add 909, and I could do that. My check that I'm going to have it there. Right, my next calculation. I've got 167, multiply that by 6. Now, I know we have practiced our 6 times table, but I haven't asked you to count up on there. I think my counting stick would have to be incredibly long to be able to get to 167. So I'm going to do it as a written method. 167 multiplied by 6, and I'm going to do it bit by bit. So I know that 6 multiplied by 7 is 42. So I'm going to put my 4 under here, my 2 here. Now I'm going to do 6 times 6. Now I know 6 times 6 is 36, but I mustn't forget to add on this extra 4, and that's going to give me 40. Then I'm going to do 6 times 1, which I know 6 times 1 is 6. Mustn't forget to add this extra 4 on here, which is then going to be 10. And I'm going to put that there. So my answer is 1002. Now, finally, I have 2 calculations, which I said, oh, have a go mentally first. Now, remember, mentally first means I haven't actually got to write anything down. I could work it in my head and I'll just put my answer. Now, I'm going to write it down just so I can show you the thought process that was going through my head. So when I looked at this one, well, again, I don't know that off the top of my head. I don't count up in nines up to 810 very easily and very often, but I do know. So in my head, I would be thinking, well, I know 9 times 9 is 81. So that means that 81 divided by 9 equals 9, which then I would be able to relate that there. So I will also know that 810 divided by 9 is going to be 90. So this is the thought process that's gone through in my brain to solve this. Okay, so these are almost like my little think bubbles. Okay, but this one here, so I've got 70 add 50. So again, my thought process was, well, I know 7 add 5 is 12. So that means I also know that 70 add 50 is going to be 120. So again, this bit here, this is my thought bubbles, if you like, my thought process of way I was going to be able to solve that. So it's worth going through and thinking about all the time. If I know this, what else do I know? So let's have a little look then at what our challenge for today is going to be. Let's go back to our screen. Okay, so today we are going to use a column addition for a 4-digit and a 3-digit number when regrouping is required in multiple columns. So we need to be really, really careful because there's going to be quite a bit of regrouping that's going to be needed to be able to solve these calculations. Now, I put here, represent the calculations using concrete resources. Don't worry, families at home. This does not mean I'm asking you to go and mix in the garden some concrete. It doesn't mean that. I wonder if at home your children can tell you, what do we mean when I say you're concrete? Well done, you've got it. So that is going to be any of the little counters that you may have. I know you're not going to have these, but I'm sure you might have some different crayons or buttons and things like that at home. To represent the calculations pictorially, so we're trying to get everybody to really understand what these numbers mean. They're not just digits, they do mean something. Apply our number bond knowledge, explain when the exchange and the regroupings is needed, and importantly, our layout is absolutely spot on. So let's have a little look at this one. So we need to complete the calculation so that the missing digits leads to an exchange. So let's have a little look here. So here I've got a 3 here and a 4 there. I could add that up. But I've got to put something here. That means that this, once I've added to this number, I'm going to need to put an exchange. I need to regroup to put them over into this 100 column here. So if I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I've got 70 already. So what number, if I put a 1 there, another 10, is that going to equal a regroup? No, it's not. You're quite right, because that's only going to give me 80. And I can put an 8 there, can't I? What about if I put 2 10s? No, that's not going to be enough either, is it? So I'm going to have a look, think, what do you think? Absolutely fabulous. So I've decided I was just going to put 3. Okay, because then I can do my exchange here, because I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, 10 tens is 100. So I definitely would need to put one of the hundreds over to here. But there is more than one answer. So if you said 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, you also would have been correct. Well done, guys. So let's have a go at this one. So this time I have actually put all of the counters in. So this time I want to see if you can do it by putting in the numbers. Okay, so I want you to pause the video. have a go. Off you go. Absolutely fabulous. So I've hoped you've had a go. Let's work it out together. So I'm going to count how many ones I've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now you've told me before I can't just put a 10 like this in here. So I have to put my 1 in here and my 0 in here. Okay, now let's go again. Let's see how many 10s I've got. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120. And this one here is 130. So I put 1 in my hundreds and my 3 to show the 30 in my tens. Let's have a look at the hundreds. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900. You don't want to say 1000, 1000. Well done. 1100. So I put my 1000 here and my 100 here. And finally, I can see I've got 1000, 2000, and not forgetting this one here, I've got my 3000. So it's really important that we look at what is the value of each of the numbers, and they're only allowed in their own column. Absolutely fabulous. Right, let's have a look at the next one. So what is your challenge today? So for this one, I'm wanting you to draw the missing counters in the ones and the tens column. So I want you to look. So I've almost missed some bits out, haven't I? I've almost made mistakes, a bit like I've dropped something on there. So I'm missing something here. I know I'm missing something here. Now I've given some of the counters and I've helped you by putting the little numbers in this time, okay? But I've got a blank one here and a blank one here. So I need you to put the counters and the missing number in the thousands column. So I'd like you to be able to do this work and send this in to us today. I'd be really excited. You don't have to print these out. Remember, you could just do these on a piece of paper and draw it out. In fact, it's actually better if you start to draw them out, because it's making sure that your presentation is spot on and that you're really thinking about the value of these digits. I also find for these sort of tasks, it is good to actually make these calculations as well. So by actually showing these with your counters, it will be absolutely fabulous. And as I said, last time we did, I asked for different people to use their counters. I had some really inventive ideas. I wonder who could have the most inventive idea of doing their maths with their different counters. So who can beat chocolates and Lego? What could you come up with? Okay, as secure it today, I'd like you to go and find and explain the mistakes. Look really carefully, where has the mistake been? So there'll be a mistake in A and there'll be mistakes in B. Have a look carefully what you can do there. And when you've whizzed through that, the finally is your deepen it. Now for your deepen it, you need to use these digit cards. So remember 3, 2, 5, and 6, okay? Now, you need to create an addition calculation using 2 4-digit numbers with 2 exchanges. So you can put these in any order you would like. So you might want to go 3,256, okay? Or maybe you want to do 5,236. Maybe you want to do 6,253. You can put those cards in any order you like to make your 4-digit numbers. And I quite often think these are quite nice ideas where you do jottings. I'm actually just as interested in all the ones that didn't make sense as the ones that you actually found the possibility. So I'll be wondering how many of you can come up with those possibilities. And there's one possibility that I would like to see. And here, exactly the same again, but this time again, I've got 2 different numbers, digits. The challenge is who can do it with 2 exchanges, not 3, not 1, but 2 exchanges. So there's a little bit of a puzzle there for you to be really thinking carefully about your numbers. What I'd like you to do is have fun with your maths. Remember this maths, you won't always get the answer straight away. Sometimes we have to really think carefully about our calculations. And sometimes it's about trial and error, being prepared to go wrong. And remember, that is a positive. We all learn from our mistakes. And it's not a mistake if you're trying to learn from it. It's actually a fabulous learning adventure. So have fun with your maths today. I'm really excited of who can send in their maths work to myself or their class teacher today. And how inventive can you be with your math resources today? I wonder if anyone can send a photo in of you solving your calculations today using something different. I'm sure that you've got something a lot more exciting than just my maths counters here. Have fun, and I'll look forward to seeing your emails later. Bye.